Which one's mine? Is that the volume? I can't hear you.
Oh, because I'm not talking.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. All right, so I'll say, when I say welcome, and then players will watch.
Is mine good? Hello, hello,
You need a headset
hello.
to plug in to listen to us.
My gosh. What is up with mine? Mine's like barely there. Mine's barely even there. I'm talking. Is it good now? Hello? 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 I have to like shout though
Yeah.
to get it up to 0. Like
Are we
it's
ready?
barely even reading. I don't know.
All right, so I'm going to talk. Alcina Purnell is the player to watch because she's stepping in for T. Graham. Even though she's averaging only 4 points and a couple rebounds a game, she's going to be stepping in with starting point guard.
What's the injury for T. Graham?
Your guys' mics are live.
What's the injury for T. Graham?
She's just out indefinitely.
Okay. Are you going to mention Jessica Harris?
The Lady Braves of UNC Pembroke are trying to end a 5-game losing streak as they return home to Lumbee Guaranteed Bank Court. Welcome to the broadcast today. Dave Nguyen alongside Brandon Hodge, where the Lady Braves are taking on one of the top teams in the Peach Belt Conference and the Lander Bearcats. Now, Brandon, the Braves are right now on a 5-game losing streak, have not won since their first conference game against Georgia College, a 59-51 win in overtime on December 15th. Since then, they've had a couple of tough losses to some of the top teams in the conference, and now they have faced a tough opponent in the Lander Bearcats today.
And they really only have 3 advantages, one being that they're at home tonight. The other 2, free throw percentage, is actually statistically better in free throw percentage and turnovers per game. They average less turnovers per game. So I think for UNCP to get an upset win tonight over Lander, they need to try and get those weaknesses of Lander, the turnovers, try and run zone defense, try and get them to turn the ball over, and obviously try to get them to the line to try and get them to miss free throws. I think that would be their best bet to get an upset tonight.
An upset victory is going to be from some star players today as we look at our players to watch. Alcina Purnell steps in at the point guard spot, unfortunately for redshirt senior T. Graham. According to head coach John Haskins, she is out indefinitely with an injury. Cannot be able to specify exactly. So Alcina Purnell, the freshman point guard, will have to step up. She's a speedy guard, likes to go up tempo. She's going up against a quality opponent, Jessica Harris. When Lander had an exhibition match against Clemson in the beginning of the season, they beat Clemson on a buzzer beater, and Harris, had 30 points on that day. She averages about 15 points a game, and she's one of the main catalysts, not only for Lander, but one of the top scorers in the Peach Belt Conference. We're going to be set to go from Lumbee Guaranteed Bank Court, live here on the UNCP Sports Network. Back after this, you're listening to Lady Braves Basketball.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Welcome to Lumbee Guaranteed Bank Court, home of the UNC Pembroke Braves. Dave Nguyen alongside Brandon Hodge. And Brandon, Happy New Year to you. As well as for the Braves and the entire Brave Nation, we are ready to get back on the court and play some basketball.
Just 15 days into January, could see a huge upset. UNCP at home taking on the Lander Bearcats would be one of the biggest wins for UNCP in a long time.
Now we get to our starting five here. First with visiting Lander Bobcats, coming in with a record of 10-3, 5-0 in the Peach Belt. We had guard at Anaya Jester, as well as at guard number 11, Zamaya Passmore. And then another guard is senior Jessica Harris, a sharpshooter who we need to keep an eye on, as well as forward Malika Hanche. And at the rounding out the starting five will be a senior forward in Tabitha Daly. UNCP wins the tip and an immediate whistle away from the basketball as there's a traveling violation on Aaliyah Farmer, and we have officially underway here at the bank. Lander starting out in the front court. Drive in the paint, kick out. There's a shot that's off wide. Rebound controlled by the Braves. Courtney Smith, Shania Lester, Alcina Purnell, Melanie Horne, and Aaliyah Farmer starting for the Braves. As we noted earlier in the broadcast, unfortunately for T. Graham, and out indefinitely due to a season-ending injury. Shots offline by Aaliyah Farmer. Here's Passmore driving in. She'll kick it back out over to Jester. There's a dump inside, away for Malika Konsje should now tee up a three from the left wing, and that's good, and Lander's on the board.
And that's really what UNCP has got to avoid, that three-point shot from Lander. Lander on the season averaging 28% from three, so not great numbers from downtown. And if they get hot early on, it could be a long night for UNCP.
There's a steal away, and now trying to go coast to coast was Jester. There's a foul on the floor, and it'll be a foul on Aaliyah Farmer. So shooting at the line for two is the freshman Anaya Jester. Had a season-high 14 points earlier this season against Augusta. She averages about 15 points a game, and she sinks her first free throw.
And that's that thing that we mentioned in pregame, the free throw percentage for Lander, just about 65%. So that could really help the Braves tonight.
Second free throw is no good, but rebound once again controlled by Lander, and there's a putback bucket in there for Malika Konsje. She has a bucket here, 5-0 Bobcats, and they go to a full-court man-to-man defense. Foul on the floor. Looks like it's going to be on Anaya Jester as Alcina Purnell is trying to drive up in the front court on the near side. Lester, one of the Purnell and Lester, the two guards we need to be aware of and keep an eye on for the Braves in the absence of T. Graham. Purnell, in the lane, looking for Aaliyah Farmer. There's going to be a foul on the floor.
And you mentioned Purnell, just a freshman. So those opportunities, they kind of open up throughout the season. And, you have to feel for T. Graham. Those opportunities like this one for Purnell, she could actually grow and become a standout guard for UNCP. Show the coaches what she's made of.
Courtney Smith to inbound. And there's a pass stolen away. Trying to go coast to coast was Passmore, but she'll get fouled. And an offensive foul on Passmore. Her second personal foul and the second team foul as Naomi Gilbert substitutes in. Passmore takes a seat as both teams substitute guards.
That's exactly what UNCP has to do tonight. They have to do the little things, take the charges, make smart fouls to get them to the line, try and get those free throws to miss for Lander.
There's Lester trying for a shot in the lane. It gets poked away by Jester. She'll control the basketball with a 5-point lead for the Bobcats. Braves right now not on the scoreboard. They are 0 from 1 from the field. Here's Parker trying to dump inside over to Konsje, and the turnaround lay-in is good. 7-0 run right now for the Bobcats, and they continue a full-court press on the defensive end.
Yeah, Lander obviously is looking like the better team early on, as they should be. However, UNCP, they're just trying to get on the board at the moment.
Melanie Horne driving, attacking, off glass, no good. Farmer can't get that one to go. Third offensive rebound in the hands of Farmer. Jump ball, and it's going to go to Lander on the possession. Got to like those opportunities inside the lane. Brandon just couldn't get it to go, and the Braves are now 0 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, those are the ones that you have to knock down, especially when you find a lane, get to the basket, and can't knock it down. Those are the heartbreakers. UNCP is going to have to overcome. We're going to have to hit a lot of those tonight.
We got a whistle away from the basketball. It looks like there's going to be an offensive foul on Lander. Braves will take advantage, trying to go the full length of the court. Be a foul on Daly, her first, and the fourth team foul on Lander, and one more team foul, and the Braves will be going to the line for 2. Women's basketball, 5 team fouls going to the line as Naomi Gilbert inbound in front of the Braves bench. Purnell now with the basketball, trying to evade that full court pressure by Lander, and now a 10-second violation. Good job by the Lander defense right there with head coach Kevin Patterson, the Clemson graduate in his 15th year for the Bobcats.
And Lander is just dismantling UNCP at the moment. Running that full court press. Turning the ball over from UNCP. They are really looking good so far.
Jessica Harris teeing up a three. That's offline, but the rebound is there, and the second chance opportunity, this time by Tabitha Daly. And the Bobcats come away with the steal. Trying to turn points off of turnovers, but there's a travel on Anaya Jester. So now Diamond Frederick will check in for Aaliyah Farmer. And Anaya McManus tried to check in momentarily, but she'll have to go back to the bench. So on the floor right now for the Braves, we have Alcina Purnell, Diamond Frederick, Naomi Gilbert, Melanie Horne, and Shania Lester. Here's Gilbert breaking the press, but here comes a half-court trap, and another steal by Lander. There's a foul. Looks like Alcina Purnell would be the culprit, and this is just a swarming defense right now by the Bobcats that the Braves can't handle right now.
The Braves average about 18 turnovers a game. Already 8 turnovers in the first quarter.
We get to a timeout on the floor. Lander up 9-0 right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a Big Bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Welcome back to Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. Dade Nguyen and Brandon Hodge on the call as the Lady Braves of UNC Pembroke are 0 for 3 from the field. They have turned the ball over 8 times, large in part to the Lander swarming defense, and the Bobcats are up 9-0 with the basketball. Here's Jester at the top of the key. Swing pass over to Cruz. Dump inside. Now they'll cook it back out. And a 3 ball is offline by Malika Kansje. Or excuse me, Michaela Kansje. Lester to inbound. Frederick can't control the ball, but now Lester on the floor diving. Gets the ball to Alcina Purnell. The speedy freshman gets over the timeline. Trying to drive baseline, kicks back out. Horne, 3. Can't get it to go. Lander with the board, controlled by Jessica Harris, who dropped 30 points against Clemson earlier this year. She'll tee up a right corner 3. That's no good. Offensive board by Kansje, and she'll try a second chance effort. It's blocked by Frederick. And here comes Alcina Purnell. Braves need to be aware of not only the full court pressure, but the full court pressure turns into a half court trap right away. Gilbert over to Lester on the right wing. They'll find Purnell driving baseline, and she'll be fouled by Sarah Cruz. Brandon, we saw some opportunities earlier as it's the 15th foul. Senior Purnell will go to the line for 2. The Braves had a few offensive easy chances right by the basket earlier. Aaliyah Farmer and Shania Lester in there, and they missed 3 shots right under the basket, trying to see if the Braves can get some more offensive opportunities, as Purnell's first free throw is good.
Yeah, and you mentioned those missed shots right under the basket. Those really came in transition, but UNCP just has not been able to get out in transition. They kept turning the ball over because of that Lander full court press. So UNCP, I think they need to slow things down a little bit. John Haskins, he just had that timeout from the media, and I think he's going to try and roll out a different game plan here.
2 free throws good for Alcina Purnell, who's shooting 83% from the line on the season. It's a foul away from the basketball, and it'll be on the floor. It'll be on Diamond Fedrick, her first. The 3rd team foul overall by the Braves here in the first quarter. And Nia McManus will check in for Alcina Purnell. Now, Brandon, something that we'll talk about throughout the day, but losing your starting veteran point guard for the rest of the year has got to hurt your team overall.
Yeah, and she was the 3rd best scorer on this UNCP Braves squad.
And T. Graham, yep.
And not a whole lot of scoring at all for this UNCP squad. The leading scorer for the Braves, Melanie Horne, averaging 9.9 a game. I mean, that's almost unheard of in college. Your leading scorer on the team averaging 9 points a game, just about 10 points. I mean, that is brutal. And you have to wonder which one of these ladies are going to step up as the leader of this UNCP team.
Melanie Horne sure can do it, as there's a foul on the Braves. Stepping to the line and missing the first free throw is Michaela Kansje. Tabitha Daly. Sometimes it's a little difficult because in girls basketball they do have long hair, and sometimes difficult to see the numbers right away. So Daly misses the second free throw, does not hit the rim, so the Braves will inbound the basketball underneath their own basket, down 10-2 here in the first quarter. 2 points good for 2 free throws by Alcina Purnell. Here's Nia McManus trying to get the ball over half court. Here's Courtney Smith, back to McManus, and this half-court trap has been very effective for the Lander Bobcats. There's a foul on Lander. Looks like it's going to be Anaya Jester. That's her second. And the 6th team foul on the Bobcats. So the Braves will be going to the line for 2. Once again, they have yet to make a field goal. The only 2 points of the day coming from Alcina Purnell's 2 free throws about 2 minutes ago. First free throw is good for Anaya McManus. Her second made free throw of the season.
Wow, and this could really be the difference maker here. Just the first quarter, 4:43 to go in the first, and they're already in the bonus. Got to capitalize on the free throw shooting.
McManus 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Braves down 7. About 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Dave Nguyen, Brandon Hodge, live at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court on social media night. There's a turn pivot inside by Kansje, offline. And now Daly gets the bucket, and now we'll go to the line for an and one. Excuse me, Daly had the initial shot, and Kansje with the putback. We'll do a hockey shuffle for the Lander Bobcats as they extend their lead to 12-3. With an and one opportunity up and coming for Kansje. A 75% free throw shooter on the year, the 5'11 freshman from Douglasville, Georgia. And she converts on the 3-point play. So a full substitution of players for Kevin Pedersen's squad. Tied with North Georgia amongst the top 2 teams in the Peach Belt Conference. McManus gets the ball over the timeline to Horne. As you mentioned earlier, Brandon, Horne has had that capability to step up in big moments. McManus thinking 3, drives, finds Deja McCain, and that is the first made field goal for the Braves here in the game. Deja McCain off the right block, and they want to give an inside presence to her early and often in today's matchup.
And those are the plays that UNCP has to do. Try to find the open lady there and try to capitalize, and UNCP did that on that possession.
Melvin's driving with the left hand, off glass, no good. Another offensive rebound, this time by Karima Jenkins, but she can't convert. Farmer can't handle the pass from Horne. Now she'll tee up a 3 from straightaway. Can't get it to go. And Jenkins with the board. Here's Quindasia Hamilton, and now they'll get it back out to Karima Jenkins to set up the offense. Here's a 3 from the right wing that's no good for Quindasia Hamilton, but another offensive rebound by Lander. Dump inside, Cruz in the lane, and she gets the friendly roll. Miriam Ricarte. 15-5 advantage for the Bobcats, and we're still in the first. Braves will get it over the timeline. Courtney Smith. But here comes the 2-3 zone pressure by the Bobcats. Dump inside to McCain, a little high on the right block. McManus inside the three-point arc, and that's good. The second made free throw or field goal for the Braves. And it's a 15-7 advantage still for the Bobcats. Braves down by 8. Melvins on the left wing over to Ravel. Back out over to Ricarte. Crossover dribble, penetration in the lane, and the layup is no good by Ravel. Karima Jenkins. Braves in transition. Courtney Smith, transition three, no good. And a strong board and a foul. Strong rebound by Sierra Ravel. And it'll be a foul on the Braves. It'll be on Aaliyah Farmer. The 15th foul by the Braves. They're down 15-7, 2 of 8 from the field, and 4 points from the free throw line.
And the one thing I've noticed tonight about the difference between these two teams is Lander is way more aggressive so far. UNCP, they have an effort level, but there's a difference between an effort level and an aggression level. Lander is playing more aggressive. UNCP is playing with a lot of effort, though. I think UNCP needs to be a whole lot more aggressive to get those rebounds and to try and come back in this game.
So Sierra Ravel at the line for 2. She made her first free throw. Now there's a referee discussion as the 5'7" freshman guard from Apex, North Carolina. I don't think that's far from here, is it? Apex?
Probably about an hour, I'd say.
Right up 95.
Yes, sir.
Ravel sinks both free throws. And the inbound gets into Deja McCain, who gives it right back to Melanie Horne. And again, it's this full court pressure turning into half court pressure that has caused the Braves to turn the ball over on offense as they just did moments ago.
Yeah, their 10th turnover of the game, and we are still in the first quarter. And this team averages 18 a game, already over the halfway mark of that.
Turnover by the Bobcats, a rare turnover, as Pedersen playing 10 players so far, trying to get a lot of players some opportunity and playing time as one of the top teams in the Peach Belt Conference. You never know when your number's going to get called.
Yeah, and especially when you're that good to upset Clemson, a Division I powerhouse. I mean, that is unbelievable.
There's a nice shot from Melanie Horne on the right wing. And the Braves cutting into now an 8-point deficit with just over a minute left in the first quarter. Turnaround hook shot offline by Miriam Ricarte. And the ball will go out of bounds. It'll be Braves basketball. And it looks like at least 4 of the starting 5 checking in for the Bobcats, including Jessica Harris. You mentioned that the upset Clemson on a buzzer beater that made ESPN at the time one of the top plays on SportsCenter. McCain with the basketball. Over to Nia McManus, who will try to weave in and out of this half-court pressure defense. A very tight man-to-man defense by the Bobcats as the Braves will circle the ball around the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock for McManus. Williams tees up a 3, that's offline. Bobcats with the board as Cruz controls the basketball. Harris, right wing. Over to Kanzje on the right elbow. Here's a left wing 3. That's no good by Quindasia Hamilton, but the putback, once again, this time Jessica Harris. Another offensive rebound, one of the main stories we've had in the first quarter for the Bobcats.
And that's that thing about the aggression level. UNCP has got to be more aggressive, try to get those rebounds.
Courtney Smith going coast to coast. Another 8-point deficit. 3, 2, 1. And the Bobcats can't get a shot off. did not notice the amount of time left in the first quarter. So Courtney Smith goes coast to coast right before the end of the first quarter to make it another 8-point deficit for the Braves, down 19-11 after one. We'll head to the second quarter right after this. You're listening to Lady Braves basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Welcome back to the bank as Courtney Smith puts that one off glass for two, and the Braves have cut into now a 6-point deficit from the Bobcats as we start the second quarter. Here's a left elbow jumper that's off the mark by Konsje, and rebound hauled in by Horne. McManus gets the bounce pass over the timeline, but quickly turns the ball over. Something that we saw, there were 10 turnovers committed by the Braves just in the first quarter, make that number 11 to start the second.
Yeah, and 17 combined turnovers for both of these teams so far in this one. Both teams being a little bit careless with that basketball.
Trying to tee up a three was Quindasia Hamilton, and instead a three by Sarah Cruz will go off the front end of the rim and out. And now a foul on the Bobcats. Be the first team foul on the Bearcats of Lander, First team foul of the second quarter. Foul will be on Konsje, and that'll be a first.
I think I saw a little bit of a flop there at the end.
And now another team foul, this time on Jessica Harris, trying to draw a charge. It's a little unusual trying to draw a charge when you're on defense, when you're in a full court pressure, to say the least. McManus will get the ball over the timeline, gets it out over to Horne. Braves were 5 for 12 or 4 of 11 from the floor in the first quarter. Here's a triple that is offline, this time by Tierra Williams.
Looked like it came off her hand a little bit weird there.
Here's a triple that's no good from Quindasia Hamilton. Another offensive rebound for the Bobcats. Konsje gets the ball in the left block. Swing pass over. Jumper offline by Cruz. And here's Smith with the board. Out to Williams. Driving in the lane. Kicks it back over to McManus on the left block. And now Horne, a left wing three. That's no good. Offensive board by McManus. Williams tried to dish it out to McManus on the right block, but another turnover by the Braves. Here comes Harris in transition. Harris averaging 15 points a game. Konsje, turnaround in the lane. Good defense there by Deja McCain, but she'll get called for the reaching foul.
And that's not necessarily a bad foul, because as we mentioned, Lander struggles at the line. And so when you foul there, you're almost allowing Lander to miss a free throw. It could be an advantage rather than just allowing the bucket there.
Lander on a 6-game win streak. Their last loss was on December 11th against Lee. First free throw is good for Kansje. Kansje, a 75% free throw shooter heading into the contest. And the second free throw is in and out. Rebound hauled in by Danielle Heath, checking in for the first time today. McManus gets the screen from Horne. Now here's Purnell, left wing three. Got it! Braves cutting into the Lander deficit, this time by 4. Purnell on the board, her first made field goal of the game. Let's see if the Braves can go on a bit of a run. Dump inside. Daly, right block. And there's the ball goes out of bounds. Daly wanted the foul, and instead it'll be Braves basketball as the ball goes out of bounds. And a timeout, 30-second timeout this time by Lander. We'll keep it right here. As Brandon, we have seen so far 2 different quarters right now for the Braves. They came out a little bit sluggish in the first. I want to say at least 7 or 8 turnovers within the first 3 or 4 minutes before they're able to get going offensively. And now a offensive charge right now by the Braves, and especially keying it up on the defensive end.
Yeah, and Lander started this game on a 9-0 run, and they're just up by 4 now. And especially with all the turnovers, the Braves have committed 12 turnovers this game. To only have a 4-point lead, it's got to be a little bit heartbreaking right now for Kevin Peterson's squad.
Braves coming in on a 5-game losing streak. Their last win was in 2019, their first conference game against Georgia College, a 59-51 overtime win. But coming in with a record of 6-8, and a Lander squad that is tied with North Georgia tops the Peach Belt Conference. The Lander Bobcats are a stellar squad. Not only did they make national headlines when they defeated Clemson in their exhibition match, but they have some of the top scorers in the Peach Belt Conference, particularly in Tabitha Daly. She's 4th in the Peach Belt in scoring, averaging 15.8 points per game. She's also 3rd in total points in the conference with 206, just to name a few categories. Out of the Lander timeout, Heath with the basketball, and will get it out to the point guard, Anaya McManus. Here's Purnell on the left wing. Braves will circle it around the perimeter. Lester jumper inside the three-point arc, no good. Offensive board, here's Purnell. 3, no good, and Danielle Heath trying with a great effort on the offensive glass for the Braves. Here's Kansje out over to Daly at the top of the key. Hamilton over to Ravel. Ravel down low inside to Kansje. Turnaround layup is no good. Sometimes the bunnies can be the most difficult shot, as the Braves tried to look for Shania Lester in transition. That pass sailed over the head of Lester from Anaya McManus.
I really think the Braves have just got to slow things down. I think they're making way too many mental errors. That's really what's costing them a lot of points. I mean, they're only down by 4. They have 13 turnovers. They could very well be up in this ball game if not for all the turnovers.
Turnaround layup inside is no good by Kansje, but another foul. Looks like Melanie Horne will be the culprit. And Kansje going to the line for 2 more. A 75% free throw shooter on the season, and already in this game today, she's 2 for 3.
And a funny thing about tonight's game is it's actually a month ago that UNCP got their last win against Georgia College, so you never know. That little bit of luck, exactly 1 month, could UNCP get a huge upset.
Second free throw is good for Kansje. Deja McCain checks in from Melanie Horne. Deja McCain and John Haskins love that Deja McCain's able to play this year. She was sidelined last year, majority of the year, with a season-ending injury. She just brings the inside presence to dump the ball inside. McManus will set up the offense. As we got a zone look from the Lander Bobcats. Lester picks up her dribble on the right block. Swing pass over. 6 on the shot clock. And now a foul on Jessica Harris. Shot clock will reset to 20. And if you're head coach Kevin Pedersen, that is something that you did not want to do. On the defensive end for Lander, you're doing really well in this possession. Got the shot clock down to 5. Would have forced UNCP to put up an off-balance shot, but they somehow create the turnover on the inbounds pass here. So the mental error defensively pays off with the turnover moments ago. Dump inside once more. Kanjé kicks it back out. Here's a triple for Hamilton. Can't get it to go. Daly with the offensive board and the putback. The rebounding margin all in favor of the Lander Bearcats. Specifically, the rebounding margin in favor for Lander, 19-14. Here's McCain, right elbow jumper off the front end of the rim. More substitutions as Jenkins controls the basketball for the Bearcats. Braves go to a man-to-man look. Dump inside, this time to Daly. Jenkins, right wing, will circle it back out with 13 on the shot clock. Very tough defensive possession right here for the Braves. They need to hold the Bobcats right here. Almost steal by Alcina Purnell. Good idea. And great job by Purnell to get her hands loose.
And the freshman guard, she does a lot of the little things for the Braves. I mean, she brings a whole lot of energy to this team. Knocking the pass out of bounds with just 4 seconds left. A lot of those little things done by Purnell.
Dump inside to Kanjé, and her turnaround layup is no good. Lester with the board, gives it back out to McManus. Purnell driving inside, looking for the foul. Instead, it's a steal. Jenkins the other way in transition. Trying to go coast to coast. Extra pass, and not making the basket is Hamilton. Here comes the speedy McManus across the timeline. And now she'll circle it back out. McManus, left wing, trying to dump inside. McCain inside the three-point arc. That's good. Deja McCain with the inside-out game and cutting the Lander deficit to 5 with just under 4 to play. A straightaway 3, that's offline by Jakaya Parker. And it'll be Braves basketball. So Kevin Patterson, a little bit risky right here. Not having your starting 5 or at least your starting 8 play, getting more players in playing time. But you only have a 5-point lead. I don't think that's comfortable. That's me personally. McCain just hit the jumper moments ago. Here's Purnell's 3, and that's good. Alcina Purnell with 2 triples in the game, and it's now the shortest or smallest deficit the Braves have cut into the Bobcats' lead. It's down to 2. And now an offensive foul on Kanjé. Tried to work around the elbow on Deja McCain, and the referee sees the chicken wing and calls the offensive foul.
And when we started this game, we really thought Lander was just going to roll away with this. UNCP is back in this ball game. That's why he played the entire 40 minutes. And UNCP, they're looking a whole lot better now, despite still turning the ball over a lot. They're starting to capitalize on some of those offensive possessions.
At one point, a 13-0 lead has dissipated quickly from the Bobcats. McCain, back-to-back, has touched the ball in back-to-back possessions, make it a 3rd straight possession. McManus fakes 3, drives inside. McCain, jumper, got it! Braves have tied the game. Deja McCain with 6. And the second jumper outstretched from the free throw line. And now a defensive foul on Danielle Heath. But we've seen this Braves team here in the second quarter. We have to give a lot of credit to Courtney Smith at the end of the first, going coast to coast to make it 19-11. And now the Braves are on a 7-0 run over the past minute and 20 seconds. Dump inside to Daly, but there's a foul on the Braves again. It'll be on Deja McCain, her 2nd, and the 4th team foul on the Braves. One more One more foul for either team as both have 4, and the other team will be going to the line for free throws.
You can see the frustration on John Haskins' face. 2 back-to-back fouls that were just not necessary.
Purnell with the steal, trying to go coast to coast with the left hand, can't get it. Here come the Bearcats in transition. Extra pass, good swat away there by Purnell. Swatted the shot away from Hamilton, and a great defensive effort by Alcina Purnell, the freshman guard. I told you, Brandon, one of the players we need to watch today.
Yeah, that is right, and she has knocked down 2 3-pointers so far. She's looking very good here in the first half.
Purnell leads the Braves with 8 points in this game so far. Tie game at 23. Here's a triple that goes off the back end of the rim and out by Cruz. Lester driving off glass, can't get the friendly roll, and here come the Bobcats. In transition, Melvins back out, thinking 3 was Jenkins, and said Cruz will airball this one from straight away. Hamilton was thinking 3, and instead tried to give it to Cruz. Cruz has shot 47 3-pointers on the season, a 26% shooter from beyond the arc. Tie ball game, just a little over a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. McManus over to Horne, dump inside to Heath, double teamed, power dribble inside and can't get the layup to go. And Haskins wanted that one.
Those are the ones that you have to knock down there. That's a heartbreaker for John Haskins and his team.
There's a jumper that's good for Miriam Ricarte, the Spain native, the 6'2 sophomore center, and the Bearcats are back on top by 2. Big possession offensively here for the Braves. They crawled all the way back to tie it up at 23. Purnell, can it be a third 3? Yes! Third triple of the day for Alcina Purnell, and the Braves have their first lead of the game.
What a huge momentum booster right before halftime.
Daly, too strong on the layup. Lester with speed over the timeline. Gives it up, and Danielle Heath could not get the ball. And John Haskins trying to tell Shania Lester, his speedy senior guard, sometimes you need to slow it down a little bit. That transition layup was right there, Brandon.
Yeah, and UNCP, they've really been playing with a lot of fast pace today, and that has resulted in 16 turnovers.
9-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Ricarte from straight away. And the Bobcats regain the lead by 2. Shot clock unplugged. Final shot right here, hopefully for the Braves. Double team evaded by Shania Lester. 5 on the shot clock. Horne inside and gets the runner to go. And we are going to halftime tied at 28. Brandon, the way this first quarter started out, did you picture that we were going to be tied at halftime?
Not at all. I thought UNCP was honestly just going to have a horrendous game, and UNCP has turned it around here in the second quarter. They have tied the game at halftime against Lander, who is honestly one of the best teams in the PBC. And UNCP, they're rolling right now. At home, they have the momentum. Let's see if they can continue it in the second half.
Melanie Horne, as you said in the beginning of the broadcast, averaging 9 points a game, gets the runner to go to tie this game at 28. Alcina Purnell, one of the players that we wanted to watch before this game, leads the Braves with 11 points and to lead all scorers in the contest. We'll be back after halftime from the bank. You're listening to Lady Braves basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
a nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
It's a football! The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
It's a football! The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time. When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
A sluggish start in the first quarter for the Braves. They were down as many as 13 points, but they managed for a second quarter surge and have tied this game up here at 28. Welcome back to Lumbee Guaranteed Bancorp. Dave Nguyen alongside Brandon Hodge. Brandon, we mentioned that first quarter start. From your opinion, it seemed like everything was going wrong for the Braves and right for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect this game to be tied at halftime at all, but you saw a little bit of momentum in that second quarter. Purnell getting hot from downtown, and the momentum just changed over to UNCP, and we have a 28-28 ball game.
28-28 ball game. Purnell, after making 2 free throws to get the Braves on the scoreboard, she was able to hit 3 threes, 2 of them in the second half, one of them to give the Braves their first lead in the second quarter at 26-25. She leads the Braves right now with 11 points. And again, Jessica Harris, who one of the main scorers for the Bearcats, she has 10 points to lead the Bearcats, along with Kanjay, who also has 10 points and 6 boards. One of the main storylines after the first half is that the Bearcats were controlling particularly the offensive glass, and right now rebounding the Braves by 4, 24-20.
Yeah, they've also forced the Braves to cough up the basketball quite a bit. Over 15 turnovers in that first half for UNCP. They've really got to turn things around if they want to come out of here with a victory. They're tied here at halftime, but you've got to secure the ball, be a little bit more patient, and be a little bit more disciplined here in the second half to get the upset win over Lander.
We'll be back. Maybe an upset in the works. It's been a month since the Lady Braves have had a victory. We'll see what happens right here in the second half. Back after this. You're listening to Braves basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Welcome back to the bank. Dave Nguyen alongside my buddy and partner in crime, Brandon Hodge. Brandon, we have a tie ball game at the half at 28. We're ready to start the third quarter. And what was a sluggish start for the Braves in the first quarter, down by as many as 13 points. They have crawled back. The coast-to-coast layup by Courtney Smith just before the end of the first quarter helped cut the Lander deficit to 7. And the three-pointers, particularly by Alcina Purnell, have gotten the Braves back in this game tied at 28.
For a team that averages 80 points a game, UNCP has held them to just 28 in the Lander Bearcats. So A really impressive first half for UNCP. However, not an impressive start. They turn things around, and let's see if they can continue it here in the second half.
Braves forced a turnover on Lander's first offensive possession. And here come Alcina Purnell and the Lady Braves. Farmer back in, as well as Alcina Purnell, Courtney Smith, Melanie Horne, and Shania Lester. Lester driving inside with the right hand, off glass and in. Second lead of the day for the Braves.
That looked like a little bit more of an aggressive play there by UNCP as Lander capitalizes, ties it back up.
Harris again aggressive. Again, only had 2 points in the first half and gets the first bucket for the Bearcats here in the second half. Here's Courtney Smith. She's going coast to coast, but denied by Cons J. Here comes Jester looking for the extra pass to Daly, and there's a foul on the floor. And it looks like it'll be a foul on the Braves and Alcina Purnell.
So UNCP, they only average 55 a game. But Lander Bearcats, they average almost 80 points a game. And so for UNCP, this is, pretty normal. But for Lander, this is kind of like a moment where they have to say, okay, we have to group up and try and get back in this. As UNCP, they're looking to upset this Lander squad, who is second in the PBC.
Daly at the line, first of 2 is good from the charity stripe, a 66% free throw shooter. Her second one is off the back end of the rim and out. Horne with the board. Here's Purnell. Trying to go down court with speed. Cross-court pass over to McManus. And the extra one over to Courtney Smith. Trying to feed Aaliyah Farmer on the left block. She gets it. Double-teamed, evades it. And that'll be an offensive foul on Aaliyah Farmer. The little shoulder nudge with her left shoulder. That's something that has troubled Aaliyah Farmer, especially in the month of December. She's gotten into foul trouble early. She picks up her third right now. And if she gets into foul trouble, that's something that gets her off her rhythm.
Yeah, and if UNCP wants to pull off this upset, they cannot get up those little fouls like that. Those are heartbreakers. You cannot give Lander the ball as many times. I mean, it's just a one-point game now, and there's another one.
Triple offline by Passmore, but Aaliyah Farmer charged with another foul. It's her fourth. If you're a Brave fan, you got to feel bad for Aaliyah Farmer. 4 fouls and maybe 5 to 7 minutes of game action. Tough for the senior forward. Here's a triple by Harris. It's off the mark. McManus hauls in the long rebound. The speedy Anaya McManus standing tall at 5 foot. Gets it over to Melanie Horne across the logo. Horne on the right wing, finding Courtney Smith. Deja McCain calls for the ball and sets Smith, drives with the left hand, off glass, no good. McCain with the loose ball on the offensive board. Kick out, Purnell, triple, can't get it to fall. McCain with the board, turnaround layup, can't get it to fall. And an offensive foul going the other way. Foul on Courtney Smith. Deja McCain, the post presence for the Braves, getting a lot of touches, 6 points and 3 of 5 from the field.
Yeah, and Aaliyah Farmer, you said, with 4 fouls, and now you just don't want any of those other forwards to get in foul trouble because John Haskins might be scratching his head soon. And all his forwards get into foul trouble.
Here come the Bearcats. Harris trying to penetrate and says she'll kick it back out. Driving inside, strong move in the lane and gets the friendly roll is Zamaya Passmore. The Locust Grove, Georgia native, gets on the board here in the second half. Full court pressure by the Bearcats we saw in the first quarter that caused 11 turnovers and turned them into transition points. Extra pass to Purnell on the left wing, shot fake, but here's a turnover. Here comes Harris and the Bearcats. Going down the lane and can't get it to fall. Another offensive board. And Passmore will be going to the line for 2. It's those second chance opportunities that have paid off for the Bearcats in the first half, and they continue that same momentum.
And UNCP already with 19 turnovers. That is over their per-game mark, which is just about 18 a game. And we're just early in the third.
First free throw is good for the freshman guard, Zamaya Passmore. Shooting 64% from the line this season. She's 1 of 1 with another opportunity, and the Bearcats right now on a 6-0 run in the past 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 2 for 2 from the line is Passmore, and here comes the full court pressure. Inbound to McCain, gets it back out to Purnell. Over the timeline is Courtney Smith, extra pass to McCain on the right block. Stops and can't get the layup to fall. Transition, Passmore down the lane, cherry picking and gets the layup to go. And a timeout by John Haskins. A 7-0 Lander Bearcat run. And we'll take immediate timeout. Braves down 7 in the third. Back after this on the UNCP Sports Network.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
Welcome back to the bank. Dave Nguyen alongside Brandon Hodge. Brandon, the Lady Braves are down by 7 to the Lander Bearcats, but it is a school event, and one of the promotions today is Social Media Today. If you're listening to the broadcast, we have a prize for you if you can answer the following question. What are the names of the sister-sister combo that graced the women's basketball team's 1,000-point club? Again, what are the names of the sister-sister combo that graced the women's basketball team's 1,000-point club? If you know the answer, follow the Braves on Twitter at UNCP_sports. Again, at UNCP_sports. Tweet the answer and include the hashtag #SocialBraves. Again, tweet the answer and include the hashtag #SocialBraves. You can win a prize consisting of a UNC Pembroke hat or a water bottle. As we're getting into January and February, it's very important to hydrate.
Yeah, that is right. And summer not too far away.
Sloppy play by both squads, and Lander gets a bucket to go, this time by Passmore. And Lander stretches their lead to 9, a 9-0 run in just under the past 3 minutes. McManus gets the ball over the timeline, dish over to Deja McCain, power dribble on the right block, skip pass over to Smith, and can't get the jumper to fall.
Those are the ones that you have to knock down, the wide open jump shot there, and can't capitalize. Those are points being wasted away.
Jester travels, and Jester picked up 2 quick fouls early in the first quarter. She needs to get into a rhythm if you're a Bearcat fan. The Braves with the basketball down 9. Alcina Purnell to inbound, leading the Braves with 11 points. McCain double-teamed, and now an offensive foul. Frustrated a bit, but I see from our vantage point, Brandon, that call was a little bit obvious. McCain had the ball in a power stance, but when you see that big elbow, that big chicken wing, and an opponent falls down, it's an immediate offensive foul.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not being reviewed for flagrant, because it looked like she put a whole lot of force into that. It looked kind of unnecessary, but that's just my opinion on that.
I don't think it was flagrant. I think it may have been a just a regular foul that seemed a bit aggressive. So Lander with the basketball, they are definitely winning the turnover margin. They have forced the Braves to 22 turnovers, and the Bearcats have 17 points off of the 22 Brave turnovers. Here's Passmore driving, kicks it out to Harris. Now over to Passmore, teeing up a 3, and can't get it to go. Another offensive board by Conjay in the lane, and can't get the bucket. Second chance effort, good offensive board, and it's one of those street ball pickup plays by Jesser to throw it off the leg of Melanie Horne.
Yeah, that's just good awareness there by Jesser to be able to recognize the UNCP player there and to throw it off of her.
Harris kick out over to Cruz. Jumper can't fall. Conjay with another board. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Bearcats. Braves come up with the basketball as Diamond Fedrick checks in. When we look at the quarter trends, right now the Bearcats are outscoring the Braves 11-2. In the first quarter, it was the Bearcats 19-11, but then the Braves came surging back, outscoring the Bearcats 17-9. Right now, it's looking like the Bearcats' way so far in the third quarter. But we said that in the first quarter around this time, and the Braves came up with a surge.
Yeah, it just looks like a duplicate of the first quarter, though. The start of the game, Lander went off, and UNCP struggled to score. The same exact thing is happening right now at the start of the second half.
Bearcats with an 11-0 run over the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Purnell gets the basketball over the timeline and slows up. Here's Horne teeing up a three and gets it to go. Melanie Horne with a triple, cutting the Bearcat deficit to 6.
Sometimes when you're in rhythm, you just have to take that three.
Backdoor pass inside to Harris. The dime from Jester. That was a pretty play for the Bearcats. Sometimes those backdoor cuts, you need to watch out for them. Extra pass to Smith, off glass, and gets the friendly roll. The assist from Melanie Horne, and these Lady Braves are surging back. Cruz, three, can't fall. Jester with the offensive board, up, and she's a little winded on that play and gets the layup to go. 8-point advantage for the Bearcats. Cross-court pass over the timeline. Extra pass now over to Horne. Pretty play. Smith to Horne. And the Braves crawling back. Jester thinking three. Now she'll circle it back out. Harris, top of the key. 15 on the shot clock. Cruz penetrates, kicks it out to Jester. 8 on the shot clock. Fedrick standing tall, and a double dribble by Michaela Kanjay. Timeout on the floor. Braves surging back as they did back halfway through in the first quarter. We'll see if they can continue the run after this. You're listening to Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Welcome back to Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. Dade Nguyen and Brandon Hodge on the call. Again, Brandon, it's social media night. And for those who are just tuning in, if you have Twitter and you follow the Braves, you have a chance to win a prize if you can answer the following question. What are the names of the sister-sister combo that grace the women's basketball team's 1,000-point club? Again, what are the names of the sister-sister combo that grace the women's basketball team's 1,000-point club? If you know the answer, follow at UNCP_sports, tweet the answer, and include the hashtag #SocialBraves. Again, tweet the hashtag #SocialBraves when you follow at UNCP_sports.
Gotta love prizes. Can't go wrong with them.
You have a chance to win a UNCP hat or a water bottle. If there's a turnover by Melanie Horne, here comes the Bearcats, and in transition, there's Daly on the left block. The assist from Zamaya Passmore, the 5'5 freshman guard. Lester over the timeline with speed, finds Fedrick, but she's a little late, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lander.
And Lander looks like they're getting into a little bit of a rhythm here. That is exactly not what UNCP wants here in the third quarter. Still have an opportunity to get back in this game.
Purnell at the top of the key. One of the will now take hold or take reins of the point guard duties after the unfortunate season-ending injury to T. Graham. Fedrick inside, can't get the layup to go, but she'll be going to the charity stripe for 2.
And I love the bench reaction from UNCP tonight. They are a lot of energy out there on the bench, supporting the teammates on the floor. It's exactly what you need to get that momentum towards you and to get a run to get back in this game.
Diamond Fedrick to the line, and her first free throw is no good. Fedrick, a 40% free throw shooter, 10 of 25 on the season. She's 0 for 1, has another opportunity. And takes advantage. 45-38 the score, with a little over 3 minutes left in the third. Braves trying to crawl back. On the right wing, triple threat position was Parker. Now Harris with the ball. Parker will swing the ball to the left wing and pass more. 12 on the shot clock. Tough man-to-man D by the Braves. Parker driving, right elbow jumper, can't get it to go. And Anaya McManus, the smallest person on the floor with the defensive board. Fedrick, top of the key, extra pass to Purnell. Purnell driving in the lane, jumper, can't get it to go, and McCain can't get the offensive board. Here comes Lander, Harris, coast to coast, can't get the layup to fall. Lester with the board. Picks up her dribble, and now the Braves will reset the offense with Anaya McManus. .13 on the shot clock. McCain, top of the key, over to Lester, Purnell. Now over to Lester on the right wing. Thinking three! Step back three, can't go. Deja McCain tips it over to Lester. Purnell, left wing three, can't get it to fall. But another offensive board by the Braves. Good hustle there by Shania Lester. And Purnell with 10 on the shot clock. Has a little bit of room to work. Gets the pick from Fedrick. McCain inside the three-point arc. Can't go. Another offensive board for the Braves. And Lester thought she got fouled. And finally the Bearcats come away with the basketball. Passmore in the lane with the left hand. Gets the floater to go and the foul. A strange sequence of events as the Braves had four offensive rebounds and could not get a bucket.
Yeah, and Shania Lester right there at the end. Just bad shot selection. You get the rebound and just try to score immediately. That's a fresh shot clock. Pass it back out, run another play. That's another opportunity. You cannot rush that.
Passmore for the line for the end one. She can't convert, but another offensive board, this time by Tabitha Daly. Lander circles the ball around the perimeter. Driving inside was Parker. And here comes Fedrick with the board, giving it out to Anaya McManus. A key offensive possession right here for the Braves. Purnell in the lane. Up fake. McManus, triple. No good. I think the whole crowd wanted Anaya McManus to bury that three from the left corner, Brandon.
Would have given UNCP a lot of momentum. And I mean, you're wide open for three. You can't miss by that much. That's just one of those shots that you have to at least get close on or bury. Get that momentum for UNCP. That could have been a difference maker.
The previous offensive possession for the Braves, 4 offensive rebounds and couldn't come up with a shot. They are 0 for 6 right now, and here comes another turnover. Jester with speed, driving right hand, and McManus draws the charge. Great job there by Anaya McManus. Gets her feet planted outside the circle and falls down appropriately to draw the foul.
The smallest woman on the floor taking the biggest of hits there. She draws the charge. That's that type of energy that John Haskins wants for his squad. And she provides it.
Williams checks into the game for the Braves and gets the ball over the timeline. McCain with the hold of the basketball, dump inside to Frederick on the left block, but there's the sneaky Harris trying to steal the basketball away from Frederick. Passmore with 12, Kanje and Daly with 10, but Harris has been held in check with 4.
She was actually one of our players to watch in pregame, and UNCP has done a great job of holding her to just 4.
Horne can't get the 3 to go. An offensive board by Deja McCain, and a push foul on Lander, and it'll be Michaela Kanje. .23 seconds remain. McCain, as the Braves look for the final shot. McManus in the lane and can't get the layup to fall. Shot clock unplugged with 10 to go. Down the lane, Daly makes that one look easy. The dime from Harris. Braves got to work quickly and they can't. An 11-point deficit for the Braves as we head into the 4th and final quarter. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Braves basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Welcome back to Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. Dave Nguyen alongside Brandon Hodge. Brandon, we enter the 4th and final quarter of regulation. The Braves find themselves down to one of the top teams in the Peach Belt Conference and the Lander Bearcats. A quick turnover, unfortunately, by Alcina Purnell.
A little bit of flopping there by Jester, I'd have to say. And that sometimes works. I mean, can't really change that.
Purnell picks up the foul, and that's her 4th personal, who leads the Braves right now in points with 11. Passmore with the basketball, gets it over to Jester on the right wing. Dump inside to Daly, turn around, and that putback is good. Daly establishing why she's one of the best in the Peach Belt, 4th in the Peach Belt in scoring per game, and 3rd in total points. 15.8 points per game and 206 points entering the contest respectively. Increasing this Bearcat lead 51-38. Farmer, right elbow jumper, can't get it to fall, and she's got to be careful. She's got 4. Passmore, kick out the Jester, cross court, dump inside, and there's a foul. Dump inside to Kanje, who has 10 points and 8 boards. 2 more rebounds, and she's got a double-double. Deja McCain checks in for Aaliyah Farmer. To the line for 2 is Michaela Kanje. Kanje, 75% free throw shooter, entering the contest 0 for 1, with 1 more up and coming.
Yeah, and Kanje, she's 5th on the team in points per game, just averaging 5.4 a game, and she's well over half of that tonight.
Second free throw is not good at all. And the rebound by Melanie Horne. Full court pressure by the Bearcats. We've seen throughout today's game that frustrated the Braves in the first quarter. Courtney Smith, jumper, no good. Rebound by Lester. Kick out to McManus. Here's Horne teeing up a three. Got it! Melanie Horne with another triple. And the Braves down 10. Dump inside to Daly. She's now past the right block. Cross-court pass over to Passmore. Driving inside. Stolen away by Courtney Smith, but she can't handle the basketball. Possession will remain with the Bearcats.
And one key note tonight for the Bearcats, just 2 for 19 from downtown. That's 11% from three-point range.
Lander came in, leading the Peach Belt Conference in points per game, made field goals, made free throws, and free throw attempts. In the first half, they were held to 28 points. Here's Passmore inside, penetrating and can't get the layup to fall. Last touch by Lander. It'll be Braves basketball with 8:16 remaining in the fourth. Here's probably the game plan for the Braves. Bucket, stop, bucket, stop, bucket, stop, bucket, stop, bucket, stop.
Yeah, that's probably what John Haskins is thinking, but can the Lady Braves execute? As it's been really a roller coaster of two different sides tonight from the Braves.
One possession at a time. 10 on the shot clock. Smith to Deja McCain on the left elbow. Braves need to shoot quickly. McCain in the lane. Runner can't get it to fall. Jester taking some time off the clock. Lander in no hurry. Except Harris right there. Can't get the three to fall. Another offensive board by Jester and gets the second chance effort. The offensive glass dominated by Lander 19-12 and the rebounding margin at 40-36. Horne, transition three off the front end of the rim. Here's a baseball pass down court from Jester, looking for Passmore, trying to cherry pick on the Braves defense, and that ball sails out of bounds. If you're Lander head coach Kevin Pedersen, that wasn't the smart look to go to. You got a 10-point lead. We want to work the clock as much as possible because the Braves are slowly trying to crawl back into this one. Lester, McManus, over to Horne on the right wing. Lester trying to feed McCain on the right block. She can't get it. Instead, she uses McCain as a screen and can't get the jumper to fall. Jester over the logo. Hamilton penetrates and scores. Back-to-back buckets for Lander as the Braves are in a 2-minute scoring drought. 14-point lead for the Bearcats as there's a foul on the floor.
And UNCP, they need to start scoring now. Down by 14. Not going to get anywhere with these long deficits of scoring droughts. I mean, you're down 14. It's a little over 6.5 minutes to go in the ball game. You've really got to make an impact now.
Naomi Gilbert checks in. Gilbert, Horne, McManus, Purnell, and Fedrick. Horne driving right hand, off glass and good. Braves down 8. Passmore quickly over the logo and now will settle down. Jester, triple threat. Pass over to Harris. Harris thinking three, jab step in the lane. Jester with 10, and she is called for a travel.
And those are the type of plays now that UNCP has got to capitalize on. We just had that make there by Melanie Horne. Let's see now if UNCP can capitalize on another possession, and as you said, get a bucket and a stop, and a bucket and a stop.
Braves trying to capitalize after converting the stop on defense. Gilbert with the right hand in the lane. Did not get fouled. She was looking for it. Passmore with speed. Slows it down. Extra pass. And Konsje will be going to the line for two. I tell you, between Konsje and Daly, Harris and Passmore, a solid group of scorers, not just players, but scorers who, when they possess the basketball. The Bearcats came into this game with 3 of the top 10 scorers in the Peach Belt Conference. Tabitha Daly, 4th in the Peach Belt. Jessica Harris, 5th in the Peach Belt. And Passmore, 7th in the Peach Belt. Kanje, 0 for 1, with another free throw up and coming. Kanje with 10 points, but she is 3 for 8 from the charity stripe, with another one up and coming. Make that 4 for 9. 13-point lead for Lander, sitting at 2nd place in the Peach Belt Conference, normally battling it out with North Georgia. McManus with speed, just gets her shot blocked. But the foot of Miriam Ricarte stepped on the baseline, and it's Braves basketball. Sometimes, in that particular instance for Anaya McManus, it's one of those things where your opponent just happened to be taller than you and blocked the shot.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really help that. The size advantage is just there on the fast break.
Horne, jumper, no good. Offensive board, and Courtney Smith can't get it to go, but a foul. It'll be the 2nd team foul for the Bearcats here in this 4th quarter, and the 2nd foul on Sarah Cruz. Courtney Smith to the line for 2, the Jonesboro, Georgia native, and the first free throw is good for Smith. The 5'6" freshman guard, a 60% free throw shooter from the line this season. 1 for 1, hoping to make it 2 from 2 in this free throw line trip. And she does. 11-point deficit for the Braves with 5.5 minutes to go. Passmore. Over to Cruz. Here comes Hamilton. They'll swing it over from right to left. Cruz. Passmore with 11 to shoot. Braves need to stop. Triple, offline, and air ball. Passmore didn't step on the baseline. Drives in the lane and can't get it to go. Last touch by the Braves. Sometimes as a coach, possessions like that on the defensive end frustrate you. You work your opponent down to the waning seconds of the shot clock and can't come up with the board. Passmore, back out over to Hamilton, thinking 3 and got it. Quindasia Hamilton, who came in shooting 26% from beyond the arc, nails a triple. Her first triple of the contest. We have immediate timeout. We'll be back after this. Braves down 14 to Lander on the UNCP Sports Network.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Welcome back to the bank. Reminders, we saw head coach for the men's basketball team, Tony Jones, moments ago, as the men's team will start around 7:30. A big matchup for the men's team as they take on these Lander Bearcats. Teams competing in the Peach Belt Conference, both with double-digit victories. And an interesting matchup that you and John will talk about, as former a former assistant for the Braves, is now the head coach at Lander.
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup. 10-4 UNCP Braves versus 10-3 Lander.
Fedrick inside, shot blocked by Ricarte. Passmore with speed, kicks it out over to Jester. Dump inside, looking for Kanjé, but McManus, feisty little one, gets the steal. Gilbert, 3, no good. Gets her offensive board. Back inside, Fedrick waits patiently and gets the friendly roll and the foul.
You never know. About 4 minutes left here in this ball game. Can UNCP try to spark up a run?
If they need a time to go on a run, it's now. Frederick goes to the line for the and one opportunity. A 40% free throw shooter on the season. She is 1 for 2 from the line today. Make it 2 of 3. 11-point deficit for the Braves. Passmore over the logo. Over to Hamilton. Dump inside to Daly. And off glass and in. The senior made that move look easy. And that's what a veteran does when she gets in the post.
Yeah, and she's just more skilled forward, as you can tell there by the footwork of Daly. And she's going to capitalize on that one.
Now an offensive foul on the Braves, and Courtney Smith, who was dribbling the basketball, probably had that hand check. And sometimes it was these kind of errors that have faulted the Braves. Dump inside to Daly. Over to Passmore on the right elbow, 12 to shoot. And the rare carry call is called on Passmore.
Now, you don't see that one too often, but every now and then that hand will come directly under the ball and they'll take a step with it, and it's just not allowed.
Anaya McManus. Horne, straightaway 3. Can't get it to go. But now an over-the-back call on the 6'2 sophomore Miriam Ricarte of Spain. And Fedrick will be going to the line for 2.
Now we're going to have to see the best 3.5 minutes of UNCP basketball we've seen all game coming up if UNCP wants to win this one.
Fedrick converts on the first of 2. Makes it a 12-point game. The 6-foot junior from Jamestown, New York, goes 1 of 2. Passmore starting out the offense and gets it over to Hamilton. Dump inside to Daly on the left block. Turnaround, layup. That move looked too easy for Tabitha Daly, averaging 15 points a game and 7 boards. In this game, she has a game-high 18 and 6 rebounds. A triple for Naomi Gilbert. Now just an 11-point game. Naomi Gilbert, her 5th made 3 of the season. Jester feeding Daly on the right block. Back out to Jester, driving baseline. Daly can't control. And now with 15 on the shot clock, the Bearcats will rework. Passmore, the freshman guard, pulls up and can't nail it. Gilbert with the rebound, and it's got to be an over-the-back call on Lander. It'll be on Tabitha Daly, the 5'9 senior forward from Augusta. Speaking of Augusta, we will see them on Saturday. Both men's and women's basketball right here on Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. Particularly on the men's side, Augusta is normally one of the top teams in the Peach Belt Conference. We'll see the men's basketball team and Tony Jones taking on the Lander Bearcats. And the first free throw for Naomi Gilbert is no good.
Yeah, and you mentioned Augusta, the men's side, tied for second in the Peach Belt Conference, 4-1 record. UNCP 4-2 in the Peach Belt for the men's side. That'll be a good one on Saturday.
Little under 2.5 minutes to go. Lander, who came out firing in the first quarter, a 13-0 lead at one point. Here's Harris teeing up a three. Off the front end of the rim, no good. Another offensive rebound, this time by Daly. Foul. As the referee is talking to Deja McCain. Going to be the foul this time on Courtney Smith, her fourth. And Haskins says, you know what, Aaliyah Farmer, she's got 4 fouls. 2 minutes to go. Might as well put the senior forward in. But again, anticipating a very good matchup for the men's side between Lander and UNC Pembroke. Drew Richard, the longtime assistant for the Braves, who's one of the top assistants in Division II basketball in the country, and was able to land the head coaching job at Lander. He's in his first season and has the Bearcats to a 10-3 start, 4-1 in the Peach Belt Conference.
And Lander going to come in tonight on a 2-game win streak, while the UNCP will be coming off of a loss.
To Columbus State.
Yep, to Columbus State. So UNCP, they're going to have to get some redemption tonight against a very, very good Lander team.
First free throw is no good for Daly. Second one is no good as well. Courtney Smith with the board. Driving down the far sideline, and we'll circle it back out. Gilbert with 13 on the shot clock. Horne trying to look for Farmer. Turnaround jumper is no good. Strong board by Smith, but can't get the putback. Second chance effort, and gets it to go. Courtney Smith does the Mikan drill and gets it off glass and in, cutting the Lander lead to 9.
And just a minute and a half left. UNCP, they're going to have to get defense out there, stop Lander, score quickly for any chance of a comeback in this.
Triple, no good for Quindasia Hamilton. But another foul on the Braves. Foul this time on Anaya McManus. In a game that started out with Lander really setting the tone. Braves with a second quarter effort, tying the game at 28. Things just didn't seem to fall well for the Braves in the third quarter. They were outscored 21-10.
Yeah. Where is Tracy McGrady when you need him?
More like if you're a Lady Brave fan, where is T. Graham, who unfortunately
that is right.
is sidelined for the season with an injury. Second chance effort is no good for Aaliyah Farmer. Aaliyah Farmer, one of the best on the Braves, the 8th best player in the Peach Belt as far as field goal percentage, averaging 53.3% from the field. Lander draining the clock. Kick out. Harris, 3, gets it to go.
And that will be the dagger, most likely.
Haskins Club, a valiant effort tonight. And I really liked how they never gave up.
Yeah, they stayed with this game the entire way, despite turning the ball over 26 times throughout the game. That effort level was always there. I think UNCP could have played a little bit more aggressive throughout this game, as I think that might have cost them. I think Lander, they were more aggressive, got one of the rebounds a little bit more. I think that's really the difference maker in tonight's contest.
26 turnovers and 21 points for Lander off those 26 turnovers. As Courtney Smith goes to the line for 2. First free throw is good. Courtney Smith came in the game as a 60% free throw shooter. 1 of 1 in this opportunity. Make it 2 for 2. Braves, unfortunately, the losing streak extends to 6. As they'll go back to the drawing board before they get ready for Augusta.
And for Lander, the winning streak extends to 7 for them, and they now are 6-0 in the Peach Belt Conference, tied with North Georgia for first.
Harris 3, no good, and that will pretty much do it. Braves fall by a final score of 67-56. A valiant effort by Melanie Horne and Courtney Smith, who had a season high of 12 points. Alcina Purnell with 11, Melanie Horne with a game high of 14, but Lander just proved to be too much. They outshot the Braves from the field, and particularly from the free throw line. The big stat, though, was the rebounding margin. Lander in control of that, 51-46, especially on the offensive end, 23-19. Brandon, you and John will get set to go in about 25 minutes or so as the men's team and the Braves take on the Lander Bearcats. Should be a good one between two teams with 10 wins apiece.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing game. I mean, especially at home, UNCP. This is going to be an exciting contest. Stick around here on the UNCP Sports Network.
For the entire staff and crew, as well as our director, John Gross, and my partner, Brandon Hodge, I'm Dave Nguyen, signing off this time for the Lady Braves basketball broadcast. Final score, 67-56 Lander over UNCP. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And remember, go Braves.